Well, a very good evening, Kern County. It's a crisp, cool November Friday night. It's the first week of high school playoffs here in the Central Valley of California, and this is Bright House Network's high school football game of the week. My name is Vance Palm, and I am joined, as always, by my partner. We're up here on the South Scissor Lift. It's Brian Adams, BHS driller, Hall of Fame member, UCLA Bruin. All-around fantastic athlete, but even a better guy. He's looking at his notes. He's Googling players. He's looking up Bullard High School Knights football names and players as they are visiting Stockdale High School. Stockdale hosting Bullard for the first round of the playoffs 2012. We are so excited to be here tonight. The production is under the direction of our senior director, Bernie Johnson. And we've got Mark on this scissor lift, and I've got Zach on the north scissor lift, and in the truck is Dave Farnes, and on the grass, Carlos Anguiano. Brian, here we go. Stockdale will kick off to Bullard. Division I playoffs, always fun to get the postseason going, B.
Oh, Vance, no doubt about it. You know, this is what it's all about, the excitement. The guys are ready because they know one thing about tonight, Vance. You're not ahead on that scoreboard at the end, your season is over.
Done. All right, the kickoff is into the cold, misty air, taken at the 5-yard line. What a big gap, big hole, and he's got some yardage, and he gets up to about the 35-yard line. And that was taken by number 1, Greg Baldwin. So the Knights of Bullard will come into the game here as a 10 seed, Stockdale a 9 seed. Do I have that correct, or am I off on that? And here's our first look at our first replay of the evening. So,
you know, Vance, this is a good return right there. You said, like you said, big hole, and here's the Bullard Knights starting off, but we already have laundry on the field.
So we're just underway. The ball just kicked off. Stockdale kicks. Bullard returns to the 35, but already the motion penalty on the Knights. They will start at their own 30 now. They had it at the 35. Look forward to seeing one of their players, which is Ricky McCoy, Bloodline Football. We'll get to see what he's all about. He plays tight end. He's number 9. First and 15. They stay on the ground for the first play. The ball is up to about the 33, 34-yard line, a yard short of the original line of scrimmage, and that is Natrone Todd on the carry. And we covered Stockdale a long, long time ago. It seems like eons ago that we covered them playing Clovis. As misdirection, this quarterback goes right up the middle, and he's got a lot of room, and he picks up a first down. So a nice play out there by Isaiah Justice. So Isaiah Justice picks up a big first down. So I was mentioning earlier, Brian, we covered Stockdale and Clovis here, and the Mustangs didn't have their best night, but boy, right after that, they turned it around and had a stellar, stellar season. Really played well. Martin just started going crazy and just chomping up huge, huge games. And here's a 1st and 10. The Bullard Knights, as he runs to the left side, he gets open again, and that's going to be awfully close to a first down, about 2 yards shy. So here we go. The Knights doing it on the right side, doing it on the left side. They're starting to get going here. Not a big crowd for Bullard. Fresno's about 2 hours from here, for those of you that are not from here and just happen to be flicking through the television. Cold, chilly night, but they get an 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2 from the Stockdale 42, already in Mustangs territory. Another keeper, another first down. So they're just content to keep it on the ground right now, B.
Well, Vance, right now they're going to have to get accountability for Justice, because right now he's tearing them up. He's run the ball inside twice, and then on a pass play, there was no contained by the Stockdale front, and he was able to go around and pick up 8 yards. And right now, Bullard has a good little pattern going with Justice keeping the ball.
Inside handoff. Oh, a lot of room. And it's going to be about a 9-yard gain. This time the ball was handed off right in front of the quarterback, and that is Jajante O'Neal. O'Neal picks up 9, so they're picking up big chunks of yard every time they touch it. Here's a good look at it. He just knows right when to cut up the field.
Yeah, he does, Vince. Does a good job of reading the blocks and then he's able to use his speed and quickness. You can see he has a little bit of quicks in him, so let's see what this Bullard back can do.
And now they go to another back who switches hands, puts the ball in his outside hand, and that's a nice carry out there by Trenton Barnes. So how about this one? How about this one? How about that one? How about this one? Here comes Barnes, switches the ball, puts it in his outside hand. I know his coach will love to see that. Well, what a tough load he is. He doesn't even really come down, just kind of gets shoved out. So 1st and 10 from the Stockdale 12-yard line. Justice goes to his left, thinks about putting the ball in the air, stops, throws it, and it is
caught.
Bobbled and caught for a touchdown by O'Neal. So it didn't take Bullard long to get in the end zone. Goodness.
Well, Vance, one thing about this time, Stockdale gets contained, but Justice just pulls up and throws a great pass. And, you know, you only get credit for one catch, Vance, but he catches it twice, but he gets 6 on it. And that's right there, and there we go again. That's O'Neal, another junior. So we've seen 3 juniors touch the ball and make big plays. And this is not how Coach Snow and the defense of Stockdale drew it up or thought in their dreams last night of how they wanted to execute their defensive game plan.
So the Bullard Knights march right down the field. Here's a look at it, and Justice stops for a second. He just takes a big hit at the very end, but he throws it, and as Brian said, bobble for a second, but nobody near him to even make that bobble costly. He was able to kind of push it right back in his own hands. So touchdown Bullard, and they're up awfully quickly. If you're just getting into your television, you're watching High School Football Game of the Week on Bright House Networks. I'm Vance Palm, joined by Brian Adams, and Bullard took care of business on their first drive. Their first play from the line of scrimmage was a 5-yard penalty, but that's the only time they went backward this entire drive. Boom, touchdown.
You're right about that, partner. And it was just a keep the quarterback, keep it on the ground. Found a receiver open for the touchdown, and Vance, you know, they were tied for first in their league. It's 4-1 in their league, in the Metro League down there. So they are a team to reckon with in their league, and they've come out tonight and put a statement out to start the game.
And it's a fair catch, and it's taken by Ryan Haddad. Is this deja vu? Are we going back in time? When we called the Clovis game here, Haddad had, I think, 4 or 5 fair catches. Remember, every time Clovis would kick it, Haddad would have a fair catch, and same thing tonight. So here we go. And by the way, Stockdale is the 7th seed. Bullard is the 10th seed. Getting all my teams mixed up here, first week of playoffs. Here come the Mustangs. And the first play from the line of scrimmage is a run play. And it's taken by none other than Deion Martin Jr.
You know, and DJ just so strong, Vance. I mean, right there, he hit at the line of scrimmage, and he just drags guys for about 4 or 5 yards. So, and it's also
fumble
on the ground.
Bullard football. Yikes.
No, but right here, Vance, I like to see the Stockdale defensive players come out on the field with a little life, you know, and say, hey, don't worry about it. We're getting this ball back for you. And attack them defensively. Don't just settle for trying to go down and say, oh, we turned the ball over. That's what plagued them last time we were here with the turnovers. You know, the defense step up right here and make some plays and make Bullard get into a long down passing situation.
That's a great point. Justice this time hands the ball off. It's a running play, and this is Barnes, Trenton Barnes on the carry. So if you're the coaching staff for the Bullard Fighting Knights, by the way, Don Arax is the head coach, have to be feeling pretty good right now, Brian. You're on the road, first game of the playoffs. You're a 10 seed. You're playing a well-run, storied program in Stockdale. You're up 7-0, and you've got the football a second time. Barnes gets knocked down at about the 25-yard line. Good hit, but they're going to be at a 3rd and 1.
And Vance, those are the distances you want to stay out when you're a defense. 3rd and 1. Because those third and short downs, it just really opens up things for the offense. You see right here, just right inside the line, and Bullard's line is just coming off the line and competing so far.
Ball goes to the outside. This is O'Neal. O'Neal chomps up some yards, gets a first down. And Brian, you look at this Bullard team at the end of the whistle. They hop up, they run back to the huddle. They're feeling it right now.
Well, you see that mean Vance? Look at Big 60 down there. And what's his name? Chavez. He's down there 2 yards off, down the line of scrimmage blocking, so there's going to be plenty of room for the runners. The defense has to get some penetration.
Justice in trouble, running from it, run to the far side, and just comes up short. So the quarterback for the Knights is Isaiah Justice. He's a junior, and his wheels are pretty valuable right now.
Well, Vance, his wheels have kept some plays alive, the touchdown play, the scrambles, but this time you see the pressure and the penetration from the Stockdale defense. He's able to use his legs to get outside and get rid of the ball, but that's a win right there on the Stockdale defense on that first play. Now can you follow it up? Be careful of the quarterback keeper.
2nd and 10. Another inside handoff. Oh, a nice bit of running there, a couple of big hits, but it could be a first down. It's going to be awfully close.
You know, right here, it's just coming around the edge. Good blocking again. Nobody touches the Bullard player until he's almost, 8 yards down the field, Vance, and that is John Brown. So good job right now, the Bullard responding. And like I said, let's give their line credit. They're doing a good job at the point of attack.
1st and goal from the 8. Justice on a keeper. He just puts his head down and gets up to about the 4-yard line. He's still up. He's one of these plays where guys start getting nasty at the end on both sides. But the quarterback, Justice, was taking that all the way.
You see right there, just a keeper, Vance, like you said. But again, there's linemen downfield blocking, and they just push the pile back. And, you know, right here, you can still make a great stand, but, again, there's not anything exploding off the line for Stockdale right now.
2nd and goal from the 4, Justice. And they hand it to Barnes. Barnes just keeps his leg rolling, but a nice job by that Stockdale defense. They slow him down just enough to make it a 3rd down.
And you know, Vance, the 2 times on these 2 series they've gotten penetration. You see right here, Stockdale players getting penetration. They were able to keep it to a short run or no gain. And I think that's what they have to do, is get off the ball and attack the Bullard Knights before they get attacked.
1st 3rd down for Bullard. And it's Barnes, and he tries to plow his way ahead. Helmet popped off. And when I say popped off, Kern County, I don't mean it just fell off. I mean it flew back 6 yards.
Well, he's going to go off the field for a play, so they have to get their backup lineman in. And this is the 3rd down.
No, this will be 4th.
4th down, I'm sorry.
Watch his helmet. I don't even know if you'll see it come through your screen.
Yeah, somebody just threw that out the way.
Here it is, 4th and goal from the 4. 2 backs back there. Justice takes the snap. Low snap, in trouble, bobbles it, has to pick it up and do something. He's in trouble. Shuttle passes it. Will it count?
Yeah, because nobody was downfield, Vance. There were no linemen downfield.
Touchdown, Bullard.
And what a blow for Stockdale. I mean, they did everything right, Vance.
I'm only laughing because Cortez is standing there with the ball going, hey, does that count? Did we get one?
See, nobody went downfield. No linemen were downfield. And he just said, hey, let me make a play there. Wow.
Cortez gets up, looks around and says, did I score? Is it a touchdown? Does it count?
He probably hasn't had many this year, Vance.
Not like that. So the PAT is up, and for the Stockdale crowd that might have thought this game started at 7:30, there are a lot of people just showing up. Playoffs games start at 7, and so we've got some people that are just showing up. They're looking at the scoreboard. They see 5:57 remaining in the first quarter, and they're down 14-0 to the 10 seed Bullard.
You know, Vance, here it is again. Just sometimes improv is the best thing to do. And that's all Justice did. He just said, hey, let me get rid of the ball right there. And Cortez gets a touchdown in the playoffs.
I'm getting rid of it. You take it. Oh, 6. So if you're just getting here, welcome. I'm Vance. I'm with Brian. Mark's up here with us on the scissor lift because Sammy quit on us. By the way, Kern County got a nice text from Sammy. I think all the guys at Bright House got it. Brian, I don't know if you got it, but he said he got out of Vegas. He had a great time, and he should be landing tonight in Springfield or arriving there. So, Mark, finally, we get somebody up there that knows what he's doing. I'm kidding, everybody. Just giving Sammy some guff because he's not here. Hey, it's 14-0 Bullard, and we're still in the first quarter. So the Mustangs going to get things going here. Let's see if they try to keep it out of Martin's hand again. They do it all the time. Here's another little short one. And this could possibly be an all-time record for Bright House Networks. That has to be minimal. The 6th fair catch made by Ryan Haddad in a game and a quarter for Bright House Networks. 1st and 10 from the 30. Brian, you made an interesting point. You know, turnovers were crucial when Stockdale played our earlier game here at the beginning of the season, and already one fumble cost him a touchdown here. 1st and 10, and a flag on this play, and it's thrown by the lead official. The boss saw it, and I think it's going to be a horse collar. So it's a 1st and 10, a nice run.
But Vance, this is one of those situations you Stockdale don't panic because it's only 5 minutes to go in the first quarter, and you have the weapons to score. You have the players that can score. So you see the face mask. Woods is a strong runner, does a great job of keeping his momentum and his balance. You know, we've seen it this year with Shafter. They were down and they came back and then got up and came back and lost. But here you go, Martin.
Especially with that young man, I would find it very difficult to get down and depressed and despondent when I've got DJ Martin in the backfield.
You know, right here, DJ's going to come around right here to his left, makes a good little hesitation and barely tripped up. Well, that would even have been a bigger gain.
No doubt. 5:23 and counting left here in the first quarter. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Now they're inside Knight territory. By the way, it's the Fighting Knights. I apologize to any Bullard alumni that may live in Kern County. Here's a handoff. Hey, look at this. Go, 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 go. And he gets knocked out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. So Wood breaking out of that backfield, and he is gone. Pretty speedy DB to catch him, but nice big gain, almost a touchdown.
And you know, Vance, they have a good 1-2 combination in the running game between Wood and DJ. And here you see Wood right here does a good job. I think he's holding the ball high and tight. And now he's off to the races. He's trying to outrun. I don't know what number it is. Oh, yeah, you said speedy, Vance. That's because it's O'Neal. We've seen O'Neal have some wheels. And there he is trying to get back in for the touchdown. That's Wood, but he's close to it. And good effort. And I like the way the Stockdale offense has responded.
You said it, B. Lots of time. Keep your composure. We are Stockdale. Let's make this thing happen. Get that offensive line going. Get them in a groove. They only ran 2 plays in their first series, so it's kind of hard to get those big horses up front going. Here it is on a 2nd and goal from the 2. And Martin gets caught. Boy, he gets hammered and thrown back. So a nice play by that Bullard defense. Just what the doctor ordered for them.
Great penetration there, Vance, and that is number 5, Zach Carter. He did a great job of penetrating the defense and able to stand up DJ before he could even get going.
3rd and goal from the 3. And that's going to be a touchdown. Stockdale gets in. It was a really well-run play. They just didn't waste any time. Got up to the line of scrimmage. And Mitchell Jackson just said, let's get in here, boys, and hands it off to Wood, and in they go.
Now it's an easy run for Wood. Great blocking there for him. And I want to say, Vance, that might be the best flag bearer we've seen. I mean, that young lady ran down there like a bolt.
She's an athlete. Here she goes again. Here's the PAT. It's up, it's good, and it looks nice. The big, strong leg of Dean McBride. So Stockdale answers quickly, emphatically, and sends a strong message across the football field that, hey, we're here all night.
And we might be in for a shootout, Vance, because neither defense, really is looking at it, that they're able to really put a consistent pressure against these running games. And that's, like I said, that's just an easy touchdown, just a walk in the park. But Vance, again, DJ had a big run before the fumble, so it wasn't like Bullard showed that they had this great stalwart of defense was going to just, really put it to the Stockdale offense. So we might be in for a shootout on which team can get turnovers or stop somebody last.
I agree with you 100%. When you talk about a shootout, it's happening. I can sense it already, because if these offenses were going to be tentative, if they were going to be kind of, if they were going to be a little antsy, you would have already seen it.
Yeah.
Now they're coming out of the chute and they're rolling. Say, let's go. So.
Well, I just like that you didn't see Stockdale panic, and sometimes, especially in playoffs, the nerves get going a little bit, and guys will panic a little bit and get a little tight. But now, defense, hey, let's get a turnover or force them to punt, get the ball back, because I have to believe I'm Coach Snow. Your running game is not going to outdo my running game. I got two of the best in town in the
ball
section.
Taken at the 1-inch line. And there's Stockdale with some great coverage. And nice tackle. That looks good. That's what everybody's hoping for right there. Some poor field position, and it happened. It happened.
And there you go right there. Great coverage. And, Darius Rouse going to be right here in the mix of this, Vance. You'll see 22 coming in. He's wrapping up. Jumping in there, it's a good job. 28 and 22 over the Mustangs, and that's Lynn Cody and Darius Rouse getting into action and putting bad field position for the Fighting Knights.
But just like that, and a late flag when the whistles had already blown. So a post-whistle flag after a nice 11-yard run.
Well, let's see what who the flag is against, Vance, but face mask on the defense, so that's going to go another distance towards the Stockdale end zone. But see what I'm saying about the defense? The defense has to make some plays for Stockdale. You don't want to get that great drive, great field position, have them pinned in, and then give up 11 on the first running play.
3:28 remains here in this first quarter. The Fighting Knights continue to plod forward. They're up 14-7. This is Bright House Network's high school football game of the week. We're at Stockdale. They host the Fighting Knights of Bullard. I'm Vance, joined by Brian, as always.
Vance, I didn't know when the Fighting was added to the Knights, because I remember back some time ago they were the Bullard Knights. But I guess they started fighting recently, so now they're the Fighting Knights.
Running play to the near side, and it was a nice toss out there. It looked good. Justin put it, I thought, a nice little running pass, but let's see, get a better look at it right now.
Well, we're watching right here with Justice. He's using those legs again, Vance. Looking like a Doug Flutie out there, doesn't he?
Well, we back-to-back blocks. Back-to-back blocks of our view, literally.
But I agree with you. I thought the ball was thrown nice and low where only receiver can get it, and it was definitely catchable.
3rd and 6, they blitz. Justin picks it up, and Justice now looking for the end zone.
Bye-bye.
How fast is he? Justice.
Fast enough.
Pretty fast. Touchdown. Wow. They brought the blitz. He saw it and went right up the gut.
Well, Vance, this is a design run the whole time. It's a quarterback draw. He's going to go right through that big hole, and then he's going to use the speed. You said he had great wheels early, Vance, and now you were right about it, because he's going to outrun the Stockdale defense. And we say, how fast is he? Fast enough. That's how fast he is.
Whenever a QB has number 22, You have to take into account that he may have some wheels, you know. That was my, hey, listen, I'm not a smart guy. I just saw number 22 and said, all right, here's the PAT, and it's up and it's through. So look at here, everybody. Bullard has come to play 21-7 here as we get close to the end of the first quarter. And
see, Vance, you're saying 22. I'm thinking that maybe the regular quarterbacks got hurt, and he's a converted wide receiver to the quarterback position. But hey, it's working for Bullard right now with a 21-7 lead.
And you know, Brian, if that is the case, and their starting quarterback is Richie Brandt or Mike Pacheco, sometimes things like this happen. You know, you look at Marquise Lee at USC, defensive player, DB, cornerback, you know, all of a sudden, you know, you got a guy like him that they might put him on defense. Then you got a guy like the Oregon running back that's looking to break all the records, maybe win the Heisman. He was a DB his whole high school career. He comes out, they get Finn at running back. He becomes a running back, and now he's probably arguably the best athlete in the nation. Things happen.
You never know, Vance.
They finally booted far enough. And he's going to get to the far side. It's Adrius Roll.
There's a Darius, and there's another flag. I bet that's a face mask, Vance.
So with Darius, we saw him low to the ground very fast.
Yeah, Darius is definitely a guy with great speed, and you know that's why they're making those short kicks, Vance, letting the up backs get them, because they have two dangerous return men back there, which either one can go to the house. And we're going to see right here, Darius get to the outside. If it wasn't for got him by the face mask, Rao. And Rao does a good job, and now here he is because of the pressure he put on the outside, Vance, getting face mask. Now the Stockdale Mustangs have the ball on the 45-yard line.
Wow. The chain gang over there getting a workout. They've been up and down that side of the football field a lot first quarter. 1st and 10. Let's see at the Mustangs. They put it in the air. It's a nice little pass out here to the near side.
Yeah.
Chisholm. Xavier Chisholm. So the X-Man gets in on the action. They're moving, they're spreading the football around, Brian.
Well, you know, Vance, the one thing that they're doing is they keep neither defense is on balance because the teams are just running the ball down the throat, and that time a little pass spreads them out, and then they'll come back and they'll hit DJ up the middle on a quick handoff, quick hitter. And now here goes DJ.
Wow. He was hit at about the 46-yard line, and he got brought down at the 33-yard line. That's no joke.
Vance, his power and his strength is just amazing.
Look at him.
You see he's hit right there, Vance. You said probably the 48. Look how far he goes. You know, they're swinging him around. I mean, he's carrying some big guys.
Lunges. Chisholm. And he gets to the 29. So you nailed it. It's going to be a high-scoring football game here unless one of these defenses steps up and says enough is enough.
Well, I think it's going to be by turnover, not by just stalwart defense stops. You know what I mean? It's going to be by turnovers, rip one of these running backs out. But we're definitely in for a shootout, Vance, just like you said. 2nd
and 6. Looks like they're going to put the ball in the air, and he lost his footing and just never really regained it again. So incomplete out there. Jackson was looking for Clayton Marchant. Marchant not able to get his footing, and Jackson just let it go anyway. Good idea.
Yeah, I like what Jackson did. Got rid of the ball before the sack. Only his receiver could get the ball. And like you said, Vance, and Marchant couldn't get it, but here you are now, 3rd down. And the great thing about it, Vance, you really are in 2-down territory, so it's not a big deal if you come up short. So you can still run the ball right here. You know, I wouldn't be surprised to see Wood get it, you know, and all the pressure going on DJ, and they swarm on DJ.
Well, get this. They go with DJ, and they get close. He'll be about 3 yards short. And Kern County, you're looking at number 25 right there. one of the top running backs in the entire central section.
And Vance, this almost came out. We couldn't see on that replay, but that ball almost came out there too.
Boy, that would have been tough to handle. 4th and 3. They pitch it to Martin. Martin's going to get the yards he needs and more. Martins takes the lead from the block, and he gets to the 1-yard line. Boy, great patient running. He knew he had the first, and then he waited and then darted down the sideline to get even more. Watch this.
Well, what I like, Vance, is he's the blocking. Now here he is right here, runs through a tackle, then the explosion down the sideline.
Wow.
And I like to, they finally got on the ball on the outside. Everything we saw the last time we were here was up the middle, up the middle.
They let Chisholm have the fun. Oh, boy, he looked like he was in. Are you kidding me? Maybe it's just me, and I'm a long ways away, but, man, it looked like he got in. What do I know?
Well, let's see what Carlos' camera says, Vance.
Ooh, boy.
Well,
that football looked like it went across the line.
It's got to be close enough for the quarterback to go in now.
2nd and goal from the 1. And Chisholm's going to get in this time.
Oh, no, he's holding back, Vance. That's a vicious hit.
Kern County, I thought he would just kind of turn in and
hurt.
make
His
it
legs
happen.
bent up underneath him. Vance, he's hurt.
We will take a break. It's the end of the quarter. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll suss it all out. End of 1, 21-7, Bullard.
Bright House Networks is helping its customers stay connected in more places they spend time by making Wi-Fi access available in downtown Tehachapi. Bright House Networks Wi-Fi will let any Wi-Fi enabled device connect to the internet. Roadrunner subscribers will get the service free in Tehachapi or at any of our other Wi-Fi locations. Learn more about Bright House Networks Wi-Fi at www.brighthouse.com.
Remember their first sleepover? They called just to say goodnight. Then it was the curfew call to let you know they were on their way. Now they're on their own. And with Bright House Network's home phone, staying in touch is just a phone call away, anytime, anywhere. Add home phone for as low as $10 per month and enjoy unlimited calling, plenty of free features, and proven reliability. So you can call just to say hello. Learn more at brighthouse.com/phone.
Welcome back, everyone. We're still awaiting some movement from the group of people down there that are standing over Xavier Chisholm. He's a junior for the Mustangs. And what I thought was a sure touchdown. He had so much momentum. I just thought that sheer inertia would take him into the end zone. Let's take a look at him. Here's the handoff. And I thought with this momentum, he was just going to go right in. But boom, an incredible hit. And we don't see it from there, and frankly, I'm kind of glad we don't see it. His legs were bent backwards and pinned under the big couple of linemen that hit him, and I'm kind of glad we don't have it on camera. He was basically bent over backwards with his knees still on the ground. So, Brian, you had to absorb some awfully big hits in your career, whether at BHS or UCLA, and you said it right when we went to break. This is a big one here.
And it just was one situations, just you sometimes get caught in an awkward position. I think that's just what happened. His body wasn't going towards the goal line, it was more away, and I just think he just couldn't get his legs from underneath him. But let's just hope, and our prayers are with him, that the young man's all right, and let's hope that the staff can come out there and that we see something soon and positive.
All right, 21-7 is the score. We'll be back right after this.
At Bright House Networks, we don't want to be seen as just a cable company. We hope to be considered a friend, the kind of friend who's in your community, helping out where and when we can. and who can make rainy nights in better than a night out. The kind who lets you conquer worlds from your bedroom and bring old friends together even though they're worlds apart. That's just the kind of friend we are. Bright House. Hello, friend.
Bright House Networks is helping its customers stay connected in more places they spend time by making Wi-Fi access available in downtown Tehachapi. Bright House Networks Wi-Fi will let any Wi-Fi enabled device connect to the internet. Roadrunner subscribers will get the service free in Tehachapi or at any of our other Wi-Fi locations. Learn more about Bright House Networks Wi-Fi at www.brighthouse.com.
Connect with an industry-leading fiber network powered by Bright House Networks Business Solutions, chosen to provide communication services for the Republican National Convention, which meant building a metro Ethernet for the convention that could support a small city, dedicated bandwidth with guaranteed SLAs, a network scale to support hundreds of worldwide media outlets, and continuous Wi-Fi access. We connected Tampa to the world. Imagine what we could do for your business. Bright House Networks Business Solutions.
Remember their first sleepover? They called just to say goodnight. Then it was the curfew call to let you know they were on their way. Now they're on their own. And with Bright House Network's home phone, staying in touch is just a phone call away, anytime, anywhere. Add home phone for as low as $10 per month and enjoy unlimited calling, plenty of free features, and proven reliability. So you can call just to say hello. Learn more at brighthouse.com/phone.
Welcome back, everybody. We had a break from the action here in real time. It was probably about a 25-minute break. They have Xavier Chisholm in an ambulance, and ambulance number 62 will be leaving Stockdale High School here momentarily. And we are all praying and hoping for the best for Xavier Chisholm. He did give a thumbs up. His legs were not moving, did not have any movement from his legs, from his feet, from his knees, but they did get him into the ambulance, and as they were wheeling him into the ambulance, he did give a thumbs up. So we've had a long break, and we'll talk a little bit more about that here in a moment, but it's 3rd and goal from the 1, and let's see if Stockdale can do what they need to do to get in. And Bullard, it looks like they may have held DJ Martin at the 1-inch line. So after about a 25-minute break, they rush to the line of scrimmage. They try to punch it in, and Bullard responds with a stop. So now it's 4th and goal from the half of a yard line. And Drew Allen comes over to get the call from Coach Snow. So Allen comes up behind center. They rush up, and Allen, and they give it to Martin, and he gets hit hard again. Does he get in? Another big hit. We have not seen an official say touchdown. No, they held him again at the half a yard line. So, wow, that's all I can say after all this. Look at this hit up front, and it wasn't even close. They got him at the half a yard and pushed him back to the 1 yard line, 1.5 yard line. Bullard responds out of a 25-minute break.
Vance, one thing we have to do is we have to analyze these games. And you scored last time with Woods on the outside, and we didn't even see Woods touch the ball on that series, I don't believe. If he did, maybe once. I don't understand that situation down there, Vance. You getting stalwarted, tough right there, stonewalled. The king on DJ, never went back outside and tried to attack the wide side of the field with maybe your second most explosive player.
Huge stop for Bullard. 3rd and goal from the 1, 4th and goal from the half-yard line, and now Bullard gets up to close to a first down here on a 2nd and 7. And so, granted, Stockdale's mind's probably somewhere else for a few moments, hoping that Chisholm's okay. They rush to the line of scrimmage on a 3rd and goal. They don't get it. They, from 4th and goal from the half, somehow, some way, the Fighting Knights dig in deep, hold them, and now they've got a first down. So we're just underway in the second quarter, and Bullard playing some pretty good football right now.
You know, fans, and Bullard's defense came up with a stop. You know, we talked about somebody had to make a stop defensively. Bullard has. You know, and right now the Stockdale defense has not shown any signs of stopping Bullard Knight's offense. And as we have a second down and short, that's one of the reasons they have great downs to go on second and third down that are very short, that are makeable.
So here they come on a 2nd and 5, exactly, and some movement, so a little bit jittery on the far right side of that offensive line. We're exactly at 10 minutes left here in the first half. The score is 21-7. If you're just getting to your televisions, Bullard has come to play. Stockdale answered after it was 14-0, but then Bullard came right back again on a long quarterback keeper by Isaiah Justice, the junior quarterback that wears double deuce, is having a whale of a first half. And here it is, 2nd and 10, under 10 minutes to go here in the first half. Again, they go in motion with O'Neal, and O'Neal bobbles it, but he brings it back in and loses a yard or two. So it's a very chilly night. Dare I say, I'm feeling it more here at Stockdale than we did up on the hill last week. It's colder here, my man.
I don't know, Vance.
Oh, look at you. You look like you're on top of Mount Whitney right now. You're covered up, man.
I had the same thing on I had last week, except I had a beanie last week.
Brian's in mourning. He's misplaced his UCLA beanie. Here's the keeper by Justice, and this time Stockdale plays it well. Flag on the play from the head official in the back. So on a 3rd and 8, flag is dropped at about the 11-yard line, and because of where it's dropped, it reeks of holding. And it is.
You are right, my friend. But see the difference, though, Vance, when it's 3rd and long, as opposed to if it was 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, they're going to pick that up easy because they don't pass the ball well themselves. So we haven't seen like this great passing offense from Bullard that they're going to be able to manage a 3rd and long. You know, so as I say that, it's going to be 3rd and long. We'll see what happens. But I just don't think that we haven't seen it yet, you know. So, but you never know, Vance. But I just have to say that Stockdale defensive backs have to be ready and really watch the receivers and be patient too, because this is a situation they can run that quarterback draw.
It's about a 3rd and 17. And these DBs looking for a pick 6 to get close in this thing. Strong left side. Everybody breaks out to the left. Justice takes the snap. Looks like he's going to keep it again. This time they're ready and waiting. Great job by the Stockdale coaching staff. They say, nope, this time's not going to happen. He stayed at home, and a nice play by Bobby Ortiz. And a stop for the Mustang defense, and they're going to have great field position.
Great job by Bobby Ortiz. Takes on 2 players. Sheds them, falls off, makes the tackle on the quarterback draw. But great, look at that though too. Great call by the defense of Stockdale. They knew that quarterback draw was coming. They had the guys in position, and they did not fail.
First punt of the evening. See what kind of bounce it takes. Oh, it takes a beautiful Bullard bounce. Boy, when it rains, it pours for Bullard. He booted that in the back of the end zone, and it's going to be 1st and 10 on the Stockdale 42-yard line. So, wow. Under 8 to go here in the first half. Our thoughts and prayers are with Xavier Chisholm. But look at this. Watch this bounce. It's a low one. That's living right, isn't it?
Hey, they don't like your golf cart, fans. They don't draw the picture how you got a 3 or 4. They just put down the numbers, and there goes a big boot right there for Bullard.
Play action. They put the ball up, and it is caught. What a nice pass and a nice catch. And Wood has it down to the 24-yard line. So Drew Allen, the 6'2", 190-pound junior quarterback, puts it right on the money. Boom. Look at Wood
right
go.
There, just got lost and then got straight arm right there. Who's that? Is it Bowen?
Wood. So here comes Stockdale. 1st and 10 from the 20. That didn't take long. Wood trying to get outside. Nice open field tackle. Nice job out there, but Wood stretching that defense. And Brian, that means just as much as maybe a 4 or 5 yard gain, getting that defense stretched out.
Well, it makes him think that there's something else besides up the middle, you know, and it gives him something to think about. You just threw a great pass. Now you have a situation, you went outside. The blocking wasn't great. That's the only reason why that play didn't go like it did earlier. This time, the Stockdale front line didn't get off the line of scrimmage and get their blocking assignments and match up.
I'm going to step forward a little bit because that wind is coming off that softball field right up this scissor lip and right up my back. Ooh, there's a stiff arm, but he'll have none of that. When I say heel, that's number 5. That's Zach Carter. Zach Carter able to take on DJ Martin and say, all right,
well,
I know you're one of the best backs in the Valley. I got to try to stop you.
Well, he's got to. He's a varsity player. That's what you're out there for.
Yep.
Make a play. But I think, too, Vance, Stockdale is really setting this defense up to be passed on because they're selling out for the run, Vance. I mean, they're just coming all out and saying, hey, we know you're going to run. And I think that's why that passing play was so open the last time to Woods.
Carver Tippett runs the play in. Play action, bootleg. They look for Martin. Martin makes the catch. Can he escape a couple of nights? He gets past one, but another great tackle out there, and this one is by Tyler Molesky. Molesky, another senior. And by the way, Molesky is the young man that hit Chisholm at the goal line. So he's obviously a great tackler, and he can bring it. And that's number 4, Tyler Molesky, a 6'1", 195-pound senior. So Bullard not playing like a 10 seed, Brian.
Not at all. But, you know, Vince, they won their league. They're league champions, so you got to expect they can do something.
Good point. 4th and 14. So after the long pass play, Stockdale finds itself in a tough situation. Spread out way to the right side is Sam McGrath. The ball goes up, it's put up, and it's intercepted, thrown across the middle and picked, they say incomplete, but they'll get better field position anyway.
I'll say exactly. That's one of those situations where the interception is a worse play than just knocking the ball down. But because they called incomplete, it now will be 1st down and the ball will be outside the 20. You know, if you had a replay and he caught it,
yeah,
I might be inclined if I was the Stockdale team to say, hey, let's review that. That's an interception.
I didn't see the ball hit the ground.
I didn't think so either, but couldn't see it there either.
Well, they say no interception, better field position for the Fighting Knights. They're at their own 23. They're going to stay on the ground. They're going to flush it to the outside. And bad tackling here by Stockdale, and it ends up with a nice run here by number 34, and we've seen him already before, and that's Trenton Barnes. So Barnes capitalizes on some poor tackling and moves up to about the 31-yard line.
Well, you're going to have to man up if you want to tackle Barnes. He's low to ground. He's another strong runner, Vance. You're not going to go out there trying to grab him with the arm. You have to wrap him up and tackle him.
2nd and 4, 31-yard line. Justice fakes the handoff, decides to keep it himself. Huge gap. What a seam. And he gets up to about the 46-yard line. So the patient quarterback, another keeper. They have that back that goes in motion in front of them, and they use that as a decoy.
Well, Vance, he's just doing a great job of reading the defense and making great plays with his legs.
Under 5 to go in this first half. 1st and 10. Justice brings him up to the line of scrimmage. Again, one back goes right in front of him. Justice settles him down. Hard count, nobody jumps. Justice this time does hand it to the back that comes
big
through.
Hole.
Gets some nice blocking, big hole, and now it's a big gain. He gets shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and this is John Brown, a sophomore, Brian.
Well, Vance, you have John Brown, a sophomore, surrounded by juniors. So the Bullard Fighting Knight offense, at least in the skill positions, is looking pretty solid.
Former NFLer, Miami Dolphin, walking down there in front of us. Justice rolls, floats one out, and it's safe and it's out of trouble. All right. All right. Brian waves off my possible ID of an NFLer. He would know. 2nd and 10. 4:14 remaining here in the first half. Justice hands the ball off. Trouble right in the middle of the football field, and great stop by the Mustangs. That's going to bring up 3rd and 10. Huge 3rd down for the Stockdale defense here with 4 to go left in this first half.
You know, Vance, and Bobby Ortiz comes over again and helps on that tackle. He had a big game when we watched against Clovis. Probably one of the better nose guards we've seen, Vance, this year that we've seen. Very active, very strong, gets doubled a lot. I like the way Ortiz plays.
6'3", 285. Justice flushed out of the pocket, takes a look, wants to float him out there. He's telling his running back or receiver, go a little further, just go a little further. Release, release. You can see him waving his hand. I don't know if Carlos is on him or not down there, but you can see Justice kind of waving his finger like, hey, just go a little bit further. I'm going to float it out to you.
You know, Vance, you see him right there tell him like sandlot football. But the opposite of sandlot, just no out of bounds. You know, out here you got that sideline, and we have a timeout call. But Vance, see what I'm saying? When Bullard has been in 3rd and long, they have not been. That's not been their strength. They really have come unglued really in their offense. They seem to be out of sync. There's nobody open. It's when they've been 3rd and short that they've been able to make the little 2 passes, both of them touchdowns. But I think you have to get Bullard in these 3rd and long situations because, again, I don't think their passing game is above par for the high school level.
4th and 7, 3.5 to go in this first half.
You know, Vance, we have a referee tonight, Baines Bank. Umpire Rick Rodriguez, head linesman Guy Cook, line judge Bob Harshorn, back judge Mark Reyes, and in the box, Steve Rogers.
Thank you, Brian. This is a top-notch crew. Baines Bank leading the officiating. Also, a stellar tenor. You want to hear a great voice. That's Baines Bank. 4th and 7, big play, especially for the Stockdale defense. Justice, hands off. It's going to be a pitch back, a handoff back to the quarterback. Can Justice get enough? Does he get enough?
I don't think he gets.
Nope. I don't think so.
Where's the mark at?
Oh,
yep,
they gave it to him.
First down, Vance.
He got inside the 15. I didn't know if he stayed in bounds, if his feet hit the sideline.
I know this. Your passing game is not that great, Vance, when you're doing all this early to pick up a first down. But nonetheless, he was out of bounds way earlier than that. He ran out of bounds. And this is a mixed crew. So this is not your normal crews that you see. These guys are working with each other for the first time. They're mixed crews from both. All throughout the Central Valley, the central part, the northern part, and the southern part of the valley.
The whistle blew here. I thought they were going to say, hey, we want to see this on instant replay. I don't know if he actually went out. There's his foot, right?
He's out right there. He's out right there about the 17-yard line, Vance.
So a fortuitous situation for the Fighting Knights. They did get it called back for 5 yards right now, but they got the first. And here's Justice. Justice looks for that seam up the middle. Justice looking for some blocking. Justice.
Touchdown.
Bowls his way in. I don't see the touchdown call. They might say that he went down at the
1-yard line. Looked like he got in, but great run right there by Justice.
Slow, patient running. So 1st and goal now.
You know, Vance, you see right here, this is a design run the whole time. I mean, you know there's nowhere to go when your lineman's running downfield, Vance, with nobody to block.
How is that not a touchdown?
Well, I guess they're making up for that one earlier when he stepped out of bounds.
He fell in on his hip. Well, that is.
The flag, though, Vance. There's a flag.
A flag on the play, so Trenton Barnes' touchdown not official yet. Let's see what this call is. Illegal motion. That's going to come back 5 yards again.
You know, Vance, last time they had that pullback 5, it cost them. Let's see if these 5 yards cost them on this touchdown drive, because now it's going to allow the defense for Stockdale to really dig their heels in.
Here's
and have
the one
a stance.
earlier.
But this is the play earlier when I yelled out touchdown and they marched it down. But we'll see right here. There's the contact. I mean, by the time he goes down, he's in, Vance. I agree with you. Well, he might get – nope. I don't
Justice
think he
in
now,
trouble.
did.
Can he get in this
He
time? Touchdown.
He's
Bullard.
got some wheels, Vance.
So the story of this game so far is this young quarterback career. Night play action, and he's on the run, and he doesn't have a lot of real estate, and he just squeezes in. So 27-7 is the score right now. Bullard. Their band showed up about 45 minutes late, but they're here now. Even the Bullard band thought it started at 6:30.
Well, Vance, they'll know next week. As that goes up and in, and 28-7, Vance. And, you know, it's 2 minutes and 39 seconds left. And here's the thing, Vance, here's the run right here. He gets outside. Where's the contain at? Oh, you didn't keep it. And he goes in and scores. But, Vance, his ability to run the ball is phenomenal at the quarterback position, because you have to key on him, but then he'll hand the ball off to the other guys, and they're making plays. But he's been the difference tonight. He's been a big game changer and a big game playmaker.
As Brian mentioned, 2:39 remains here in this first half. It's 28-7, and the Mustangs have had a roller coaster year. They didn't start off well, but then they played some excellent football in the meat of their schedule, and they had some tough losses at the end. And here we are now looking at a Bullard Fighting Night team who, as Brian mentioned, you know, won their league, but they are a 10 seed. So,
well, and you know, Vance, one of the things that might be too is that Bullard feels like, hey, we were 4-1 in our league, 3-way tie for first,
7-3 overall.
7-3 overall, and we get a 10 seed. You know, so they came out and just said, really, you know, we have something to prove, and so far they've done that.
Haddad with another fair catch. And Brian, my hot, warm tea that I brought with me is now iced tea, and that was a mistake to take a swig of that right now, because now my body temperature is at -4,000.
I don't have iced tea yet, partner, but I sure got some chocolate milk.
Yeah, your hot chocolate's not hot anymore either. Man, it's cold, cold, cold tonight. Here come the Mustangs. They run the ball up the middle. Nothing happened on the far hash mark. Maybe a yard. BHS Drillers are home tonight.
Yeah, Vance, and last time I checked, they were doing some damage. It was 14-0 or 21-0.
Arvin Bears hosting Cesar Chavez tonight. Here's play action. And he escapes one night, 2 nights, finally brought down by Julian Hernandez. And by the way, the quarterback is Drew Allen Jr. for the Mustangs.
Yeah, Vance, last time I got an update, it was 21-0 in the first quarter, Drillers. They must have been very pumped up. Had a rally with none other than Frank Gifford.
Misdirection, and DJ Martin not able to escape the clutch of Zach Carter. So Carter makes another big tackle, and it's going to be a timeout by Bullard, because they're thinking, hey, with 1:21 left, why not give us one more shot? It's 4th and 13 or 4th and 12 here for the Mustangs, so they're going to have to punt this football.
Well, Vance, when you think it can't get worse, you know, you have to really believe right here on your punt coverage, do a great job of covering, because they have some people. I don't know who's going to go back to take this kick, but
I'd put the
they
quarterback
do have some guys that can move, and yep, there he goes.
I was joking. I was just messing around, but they are going to put the quarterback back there.
Isaiah, he's listed as the wide receiver defensive back. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the quarterback had been hurt, and he converted to the quarterback, and this is what he does normally, and I would not kick it to him.
He's an athlete. He stands at his own 45. D. McBride will punt. There's the perfect snap, and it's going to be returnable if it takes a decent bounce. Well, it bounces backwards, of course. The Mustangs having to deal with some bad football luck tonight, and it'll be 1st and 10 with 1:11 left here in this first half. If you're Bullard, do you go down on a knee? Do you get out of here with a 21-point lead, or do you say?
Not if you call a timeout. You're not going to a knee.
Never know.
I'd be real surprised unless he just figured you can't take him with you anyway.
Well, that, or maybe, since the punt went backwards, they're in pretty good field position now. Let's see what happens. And the whistles blow. And there's
Must be
too
12
many guys
players.
on the field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
12
11,
players
12.
by Stockdale.
12 Mustangs on the field. So we see one of them run off. Fortunately, his number is not on the roster, so he escapes being known on Bright House Networks. But look at this. Now it's 1st and 5.
Yeah, and they got
and
5
it's at the
more
47,
yards.
right.
Yeah, you're right, Vance, and they have to take any time off the clock.
Justice takes a look. Quick little pass out here to the
There's a hole.
side. And they don't call the hold, and they've got timeouts to take if they want to. Gets to the Stockdale 44-yard line. The clock is continuing to tick.
Well, it's got to stop as a 1st down.
Yeah, right.
And they should
Stops at a
already be
minute.
up ready to run a play.
Stops at a minute. Ooh,
I
they
mean,
went
watch
into
this
a
hole,
huddle.
Vance. There's a big hole right there for him to run through.
Oh, I thought you said hold.
No, a hole. There was a big hole. I'm sorry, Vance.
Sorry. Okay, here we go. Strong right side.
They got to call another timeout. They don't even know what they're doing.
Now the coach is not happy. They burn 9 seconds and then call the timeout. They're
Well,
furious.
when you don't pass that often, Vance, that can kind of happen too.
Furious. So, a quick recap as we near the end of the first half. 28-7 is the score. The Bullard Fighting Knights bringing it down 99 to Bakersfield, where they take on the host Stockdale Mustangs. And the Mustangs are regroup at halftime, and Coach Snow and his staff are going to have to really get these guys fired up and motivated and dialed in for a second half. Impress upon them the importance of the moment here, that they have 2 more quarters to keep their football season going. And if they're seniors, they need to dig deep into that bag of philosophy and motivation and say, you guys don't realize these moments are gone forever. They don't come back. You can relive them and talk about them down the road, but they do not come back in reality. So, 1st and 10. Justice stands at the Stockdale 49-yard line. The ball's at the 45. Here's the snap. They're going to give it inside handoff, and Mustangs do a nice job. They try to get it to Brown, but Brown is run down, and that clock continues to go. And they continue to go to the huddle. They do not have plays called, Brian. You're right. They're losing 7, 8, 9 seconds.
They might well take a knee. I'm with you at this point. But again, 28-7, what you going to lose with 25 seconds unless you throw a pick 6.
And now we have flags. I think it's going to be – no, it's got to be a motion. It wasn't delay a game because they tried to hurry up and get it done, but they don't have a 2-minute offense right now.
No, this is one of those things like when you see things aren't kind of unraveling, just take the knee going in at half, 28-7, because this doesn't look like things are going your way right now.
And I think now the coach is going to say just that, Brian. Like, you know what? Forget it. We gotta work on our 2-minute offense if we get into this thing next week. Well, they'll try to run one. Be careful.
It should be a quarterback keeper.
Justin's going to take one back.
He's going to throw one down.
He goes in and floats one up, and it is caught. No time on the clock, though, so they run out of time on a nice 40-yard pass. Go figure. 28-7, and the Bullard Knights crowd are pretty fired up right now. Stockdale goes into the locker room and comes out with 2 quarters left possibly in their season. We see Justice on this last play here to finish the half. Where's this been all night? 43-yard connection. But be that as it may, first half is over. 28-7. Bullard leads. Back in a moment with the third quarter on Bright House Network's Bakersfield.
We're the kind of friend who knows how important it is for you to work with a reliable, dependable crew. They understand what you need, sometimes before you even know what you need. Which is why at Bright House Networks, we take great pride in our customer service, offering an on-time guarantee and customer support 24/7, 365 days a year.
You know, I usually have a whole bunch of guys.
The other guys are back at the office.
Cool.
Bright House Networks.
We're back here high atop Stockdale Mustang Stadium here, Vance, and looking at a ball game of 28-7, and Stockdale does get the ball back, so they have a chance to at least score, get it within 2, and then they have a whole half, so they have plenty of time still, Vance, but they have to show some signs of life and get back to those big plays they had prior to that goal line stand that they were unable to score on earlier.
I can't hear you. My teeth are chattering too loud. No, Brian, I agree with you. I appreciate you bringing this back in. I'm putting my gloves, my beanie on. I'm listening to you. I'm saying hi to some people down there. A special Kern County hello, and hopefully our cameraman will be able to find Bree Garcia, a sophomore cheerleader, but also the number 3 golfer for the Stockdale varsity Mustang golf team. She's on a stellar team that played in the Southern Cal Championships yesterday, and her father Juan, good friend of mine, a farmer from Arvin, said hi to me, said how you doing, and we started talking. So Bree Garcia, congratulations to you and those great golfers at Stockdale. Here we go. The beginning of the second half, and let's see if the Mustangs can get this out. And it looks like another fair catch, and that is an official record. 8 fair catches by the same young man in 2 Bright House games. Young Haddad has had his name mentioned a lot.
Vance with us here on Bright House, so unable to return him, but he's doing a great job of catching the catching the ball.
Ryan Haddad's had more touches than a lot of guys will ever have in 4 years on Bright House. All right, here we go. The ball goes up. It is a pass right out of the chute to start the second half. It's incomplete. It was intended out here in the open flat area for Tippett, and Tippett had to turn back around and does tip it.
Yeah, just right through his hands, Vance. A little bit behind him, but, you know, made a great effort on the ball.
Pitch out to the near side. DJ Martin makes one move, but then still taken down out there. And again, that's that nice tackle by number 4. That's Molesky. Molesky is a player out there.
No, Vance, that's number 7 out there.
Oh, sorry, that's Bowen.
Bowen did a great job of coming up from that corner position.
3rd and 7, so a big test early here in the beginning stages of this third quarter. Rolls to his left, throws it out there, and it is caught then dropped. So I'd rather say didn't catch it at all, or that would be a fumble. Incomplete 4th down.
Well, Vance, again, you know, what can you do if you're Stockdale? They're stopping your running game, and then your passing game is coming up firing blank. So they got to come up with a play somewhere and be real careful. Again, you have a dangerous return man.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they're short a man. Mustangs had one too many earlier. Fighting Knights are one short a guy, so the coaching staff burns one early, 46 seconds into the third quarter, and they burned a timeout. So the Fighting Knight coaching staff is going to take a look at this and say, fellas, are you kidding me? We're going to hold them on 3 downs, and then we get the ball punted to us. We have to call a timeout because we don't have enough guys on the field. Not good.
Well, they had the guys, and one of the guys ran off the field. That was the 11th man.
I said, no, where are you going? Hey, I did a little reconnaissance for us, did a little homework for us during the halftime, and the starting quarterback for this team is normally Pacheco, but he is not playing tonight for undisclosed reasons, opening the door for Justice, who has had just a fantastic night. High snap. Here comes the punt, and it's going to be a good bounce. Justin thought about it, then he does pick it up. Ooh, and pays the price. For just a second, he thought he might be able to get away with something fancy, but he paid the price.
Well, Vance, I don't think he was even trying to get away with it. I think he was playing a little too cute, and the ball just took one of those funny bounces and was going to hit him, and he had to refield it.
Or
so
he thought, you know what?
He's trying to get away, and see, he's going to hit me.
You're right.
So, good job of fielding it once he made the decision, which, we talk about all the time. Why not just wave your hands and clear everybody off? We see this a lot. These young kids like to play around that ball.
1st and 10 for the Fighting Knights, and a big play right out of the chute for the third period series for him. And here it is. It's Barnes again, and Trenton Barnes low to the ground. He's just a cannonball. Boom.
You're might get repetitive, Vance, in this series. 1st and 10, if the defense doesn't do something real quick to force a punt or get a turnover.
Justice. A double handoff. Now Justice has to go out there and block. And Mustangs recover pretty well. The final destination was John Brown. Those are the hands that it landed in finally. He gets about 5 yards. A lot of work for 5 yards, but they got it. One thing they're doing is just keeping the defense guessing, though, Brian.
Well, it helps, like I said, when your quarterback is making the plays he's been playing tonight, Vance.
Strong run right up the middle. Another first down, it looks like. Third and 1, didn't get it. Good hold by the Mustangs. Justice, short snap. He's going to keep it himself, see if he can get that first down. He lowers the shoulder, gets it, takes a big hit at the end, but gets the first down. So they'll keep the clock going. They'll huddle up on the near hash.
Man, you talk about huddle up, Vance. Is it Manic, Summer Manic? He gets those guys going. I mean, as soon as that ball is blown dead, he finds a spot, and everybody gets to him and watch him. He'll sprint to that line and get ready to snap the ball.
1st and 10. Justice. Ooh, nice play by that Mustang defense. And who is it, Brian? Of course, the one player that's really standing out tonight for the Mustangs.
And that's Ortiz, Vance, and he comes to play when the lights come on, Vance. I don't know how many tackles that is for him in the backfield in the 2 games we've done, but I know it's over 4 for sure.
Boy, I'd sure like to see him up on Panorama next year, but that's just me. 2nd and 14, loss of 4. 2 backs back there with Justice. Looks like an option. Justice decides to keep it. He could have pitched that and maybe could have been more damaging.
Yeah, Vance, pitching isn't really the option when you put your running backs or you put your receivers at quarterback. They're not going to pitch it too often.
3rd and 8. 8:20 and counting here in the third quarter. Stockdale defense really needs to dig in here. Justin, play action, rolls to his left. He's in trouble. Justin lets it go. Incomplete pass. Pretty smart play. He was about to get hammered for a loss. Let it go, though, so it's a 4th and 8. And it's far enough back in the football field that Coach Arax is going to go ahead and punt this football. Good job, Stockdale.
Now the Stockdale defense did their job, Vance. Start off with Big Ortiz making that play in the backfield and put him in 3rd and long. You know, now, Vance, can the Mustang offense get something going?
Oh, they almost get the block. And it is a deep, deep punt into the end zone. It'll be 1st and 10 Stockdale. You're watching high school football game of the week on Bright House Networks, Bakersfield. This is the only place you can watch a high school football game in its entirety from start to finish. Thank you for the pre-games that we have all season long with our main man, Zach. And that's Zach Ewing because the godfather, Zachary Flores. Oh, by the way, Kern County, at halftime, every single one of our crew members went and doubled up on whatever they had in their car. Mark went from black leather Harley Davidson biker look to now he looks like backpacking Joe here with his full-on deal. Brian's got his hood on. The godfather, Zachary Flores. Ooh, another big hit. Big, big lumber up there early. And I was saying, as we see this hit right here, the godfather put on his full length, ear to heel black coat, his beanie. He looks like he's going to Alaska. 2nd and 7 for the Mustangs. They pitch it. Martin held up, gang tackle at about the 23-yard line. Stockdale now starting to actually have to think about the clock early in the 3rd quarter, believe it or not.
Well, Vance, you're seeing the replay. There's just too much penetration right there by the Bullard Fighting Knights, and they're just not able to get anywhere. And here's about 3rd and 6, maybe a 3rd and 5 for the Mustangs, but they definitely got to get a 1st down right here, in my opinion, Vance.
3rd and 4. Pass play, floats it out there, and it is caught. What a play! Oh my goodness. Drew Allen was almost out of real estate. He was at the sideline. He lets it fly, and Dean McBride, the punter, pulls it in, and that was a much, much needed 1st down.
Well, Bullard once again just kind of gets out of position and not able to make a play, Vance, on the ball. He missed time to jump there, but great play right there by Stockdale, and here comes Martin.
And great concentration. Bernie, I don't know if you can run that pass play back for us. Just one last time for me, but the concentration of McBride, you know, when a defender jumps right in front of you, he hung on. That was a big, big catch. Look at this, Kern County. Look at the focus by Dean McBride making this catch.
You're exactly right, Vance. Stay with the ball.
So they go to the inside hash again on this running play on a 2nd and 4. That'll bring up 3rd and 4. And as you say, when DJ Martin's on the football field, they're going to take a look at him.
You know, but the good thing about this play and down distance, Vance, you still can run the ball or come back out with that little pass you just ran and see if you can't get it again.
They go to the right side, it's not going to happen. They wrap him up on a 3rd and 2, so it'll be 4th down territory.
Well, Vance, again, the penetration is just too heavy by the Bullard Knights. I mean, you look at them, there's 1 in the backfield, 2 in the backfield. I mean, I don't care who you are. It's hard to run the ball when you have that many guys in the backfield.
5:10 and counting remaining here in the 3rd. 4th and 2. Huge play. And it's Wood. He's going to run out of real estate, and he does not get it on yardage, but there are flags on the play. Don't know what the play will be or the penalty will be, but as far as the play we just saw, he ran out of room. And there were flags on different sides of the football field. Don't know if they saw the same thing or 2 different infractions. This will tell a lot about.
Well, Vance, I don't think they're going to be against Bullard the way where the flags are, but you never know.
Here comes Baines Bank.
I don't see a reaction by the coaching staff of Bullard being upset yet.
Holding Stockdale. Personal foul.
Oh, offset. Start 4th down again.
On Bullard. So offset, 4th and 2 again. Look at this, Cap.
You know, Vance, again, it's just too great a penetration. And they don't have any respect for the pass. That's why your 2 pass plays that you've connected on, people being wide open.
And on a 4th and 2, an inside slant, and it goes through the fingertips of the intended receiver, which would be Sam McGrath.
Yep.
Not the worst pass, just tough to handle on a night like tonight. So it's under 5 here in the 3rd. And it's starting to get a little misty in the air.
Yeah. You know, on that slant, you want that ball thrown a little bit lower and down for the receiver to make a play.
Here's a handoff, and Barnes tries to stay in bounds. Didn't look like it. He was trying to push back.
They told him he's in bounds. They're winding the hand up, Vance, and looked like he should have gotten nothing. He picked up 2 or 3 right there.
So here's Barnes running right into your living room. And he sees the sidelines, and you probably can hear the coach in his head saying, why are you going out of bounds? So he tries to push himself back in, and they say that he pretty much stayed in bounds. So 2nd and 7. Barnes again just keeps the legs going, and here's the flag right in front of us. The side official threw it right into the mix of everything, so it may look like a holding here. We'll see. Never know. Holding on Bullard.
Well, that's a good break right there for the Mustangs, Vance. Now, if they can just get on their 2nd down, force an incomplete pass if Bullard tries to pass it, and if not, get a tackle in the backfield or near the line of scrimmage.
So they'll replay 2nd down. To be 2nd and about 20. Right around there. So 2nd and 19. 4 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Oh, craziness. And now discombobulation starts to take place, and a player down for Bullard. The guys weren't ready. The ball was snapped. Linemen weren't set. So it's a false start against Bullard Knight. So they're backing up. The line of scrimmage is the 35. And now it's all the way, I should say the original line of scrimmage is the 35. Now it's all the way backed up to the 26. So for a Bullard team that's been pretty efficient and pretty judicious with their play calling and hadn't had a lot of penalties called against them, it's starting to kind of unravel a bit here. And you don't want to let Stockdale back in if you're thinking like the Bullard coaching staff. 2nd and long. And now Bullard's going to say, wait a second. That's Stockdale doing that. Four or 5 of the Bullard Knights stood up and started pointing at Stockdale instantly. They started saying, wait a second. That's not us. Then we have officials meeting here. Here comes the lead official out to make the call. What is it? False start again on Bullard. So now the coaching staff for Bullard is coming out. He wants to have a word with the official. Let's see if we can see something here. Again, I don't know what the Bullard Knights
right guard to me, Vance. I don't know what. Maybe he's just trying to get ready for film work. No, Coach, they moved, Coach. I swear he moved.
2nd and half of a football field. And Justice might pick up some of it. He does. He gets up to the 40-yard line. So a 10, 20, 25-yard play, and a late flag comes in The head official threw it way back at the line of scrimmage after the play was over, and it's going to be a player conduct penalty, I'm sure of it.
Well, that'll be a first down now, Vance.
So a big run by Justice, and now we're looking at the officials pointing even further north. Oh, personal conduct foul. And it's on Stockdale, and that just adds to the misery as they had him back on a 2nd and 35. And now it's 1st and 10 at the Stockdale 45. How quickly things can change.
Well, you know, they said Ortiz got into it with one of the linemen. I think it's one of those cases, Vance, where you get caught, you know, the last person seen gets the penalty, but you know, they got to keep their composure now.
Justice picks up about 4 or 5 yards here, and Brian and I were kind of having fun talking about the center, number 52. His name is Sumner Manick, and we'll see if our director, Bernie Johnson, can follow him after each play for a minute or two. When the whistle blows, that center hops up, runs back to call the huddle and get him. He is just a fired-up young man. 2nd and 6. Justice going to try to keep it in the middle of the football field. Makes one little nifty move, and it's enough to pick up a first down. And there's Sumner Maddock already calling for the huddle back at the 47-yard line. One little sidestep gets him a first down.
You know, Vance, and like you said, there you go. Make a guy miss, pick up positive yardage, and we're 3rd and short.
Oh, they say he went down before I thought he went down. All right, so 3rd and 3. Stockdale defense going to have to dig in right now. They hand it to Trenton Barnes.
Nope.
Look out. Look out. Touchdown.
That's not digging in. That's getting dug out right there, Vance. Another 6 on the board.
Yikes.
PAT will make it 35, but just a little hesitation in the hole, and then acceleration to the goal line.
Touchdown Bullard, 34-7.
Well, Vance, with the minute 46 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, I think that the Bullard band may have came in late, but they're going to be playing a happy song going home.
They're going to stay late. There's the PAT. It's up and it's good. So the Bullard Fighting Knights having a pretty good night down here in Bakersfield. They're up 35-7. Here's another look at it, B.
See, that was that little hesitation in the hole. The blitz came on the left side of the line. If you're looking at the right side from our angle, but the left from the defensive side, and just went up the hole untouched, and then he had enough speed to outrun the secondary for another touchdown for the Knights, Fighting Knights.
Well, we have another quarter of football to play. This thing is not over, but by all indications right now, Bullard feeling awfully good about things. Let us not forget about Xavier Chisholm, who was injured in the last play of the 1st quarter. We certainly hope that he's okay. A Stockdale Mustang running back, and he's a junior. We certainly hope that he's doing okay, getting checked.
Yes.
And that was at the end of the 1st quarter, and we started the 2nd quarter late. And as we started the 2nd quarter on a 3rd and goal, the Mustangs rushed to the line of scrimmage, and the Fighting Knights hung on twice at the half-yard line, and then that kind of spoke volumes of where they were mentally, to stay focused and stay prepared and stay ready. And it just carried over to all facets of their game. So right now the Mustangs are really gonna have to pull out something from their heart and soul right now and say, hey, we got about 13, 14 minutes to go and 28 points to make up here.
Well, Vance, from the start of this game, the Bullard Fighting Knights have come to play, and they've sent a message early, and they've been sending messages often.
I didn't see the penalty call, but there must have been, because they kicked off at the Stockdale 45-yard line. It was really just a moot point to even kick it. It was so short. So they slammed it into the end zone. 1st and 10 from the 20. So Stockdale now has to come out here and make something happen immediately and quickly.
You know, Vance, like you said, something has to happen right now. I mean, they have to score on this drive.
Martin on the carry. He gets tackled or knocked down or tripped up by Darian Boucher.
And right up here, coming right at the living room, into your popcorn right there. But again, you know, it's a 5-yard gain. It just seems like sometimes DJ, you think he may have got 1 or 2 yards, and you look up, it's 5.
Yep.
It's 6.
They go to the air, and it is nearly picked off. It was intended for Martin, and it probably should have been intercepted if you ask Eric Fernandez.
Just going to roll and try to hit Martin coming out into that little flat area. And like you said, should have been intercepted, but ball hits the ground, and the Stockdale Mustangs, Vance, will have another opportunity to get a 1st down or more on this 3rd down.
3rd and 5. They stretch it out. Oh, punishing hit. Big hit, and it is just short of the 1st down. And
no, he got the 1st down. They're moving the chains. Good run there by Darius Rao.
Fantastic. Big hit. Oh, man. There's some contact right here at Kern County.
And you're going to see a Darius right there does a good job of reading the blocks. He's going to come in there and pick up a 1st down.
DJ Martin trying to make some stuff happen. Oh, what a nice move by DJ. And he gets up to the 42-yard line. And that's the DJ Martin we've been hoping to see tonight.
You know, he finally got back, little counter play right here as he cuts back across the grain, runs through with his strength. Now a little hesitation, and he's going to shift gears on him a little bit and run by him.
Will it be DJ's last quarter of football coming up? And they read that, almost pick it off. And McGrath was the intended receiver, but that was read all the way, and it could have been a lot more damaging, but the ball's incomplete.
See, that's just a 3-step drop, and the timing is not right because that ball should be gone. As soon as that back foot hits, that ball should be gone, Vance. And again, you know, Stockdale is a team that passes a lot, so you can tell that that's not their strength. They haven't exactly been pinpoint accurate tonight on the passes.
Misdirection play, Wood, flip, fumble. They're going to say he's down.
Ooh, he landed right on his head. I'm glad to see him get up.
So with 11 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter, that will be the last play of the 3rd quarter. And when we come back, 4th quarter, last 4th quarter here at Stockdale, unless they come up with something magic. Back in a moment.
At Bright House Networks, we don't want to be seen as just a cable company. We hope to be considered a friend, the kind of friend who's in your community, helping out where and when we can, and who can make rainy nights in better than a night out. The kind who lets you conquer worlds from your bedroom and bring old friends together even though they're worlds apart. That's just the kind of friend we are. Bright House. Hello, friend.
Bright House Networks is helping its customers stay connected in more places they spend time by making Wi-Fi access available in downtown Tehachapi. Bright House Networks Wi-Fi will let any Wi-Fi enabled device connect to the internet. Roadrunner subscribers will get the service free in Tehachapi or at any of our other Wi-Fi locations. Learn more about Bright House Network's Wi-Fi at www.brighthouse.com.
Welcome back, everybody. While we're away on that short break, the officials said go ahead and start. So on a 3rd and 8, DJ Martin picked up about 17, so it's 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. And they go back to Martin, and Martin carries 2 or 3 defenders down to about the 14. So Brian, with 11 minutes and 40 seconds and counting, not a lot of time left over.
And that was right before the quarter when Wood got flipped over and landed right on his head. And
Ooh.
He popped back up, and, just thankful that there was nothing serious on that play, but he's able to pick back up and keep playing.
And they try to go up the middle of the football field again, and he's stuffed. So that'll bring up 3rd and 4 probably. Maybe they got a yard. And he did get a yard. So about 3rd and 4. And here, when we were away, this is this great play. And DJ said, let's go, me and you.
Well, I can tell you who's going to win that battle.
Yep. 3rd and 4. Wood brought down at about the 10-yard line. Super close. They may have to even measure this because, it is so close.
Well, you got to see right here, Wood's going to bounce out to the outside, similar to the play he scored on. And like you said, Vance, that's real close.
Oh, they didn't even measure. It's just 4th and 1 from the 10-yard line. And Coach Snow was really demonstrative when he gave Darius Rowell the play call. Or maybe he was just getting on him for a second because Sam McGrath just came in and gave the play call. 4th and 1. Hard count, and it looks like they did it. Looks like they got it.
I believe they did, and so does my man Julian Hernandez.
So 1st and goal now from I'll say it's the 5, and that's where it is. We're under 10 minutes, 35-7. Bullard leading Stockdale. Play action, has a man open, floats it out there, and
good defense.
And he was open for a split second, but not open long enough for the speedy DeJounte O'Neal. We've seen him run with the ball, and now he's running without it. He's even quicker.
Yeah, Romero's going to be open on that corner route, Vance, and that's a tough throw going backwards like that. Can't get much on it. But O'Neal does a great job of closing, and that's what makes you a corner. Is a good corner is your ability to close, Vance.
Will Sheldon, George Gonzalez, 2 of the stalwart linemen up there trying to make this happen. And DJ Martin and those aforementioned linemen.
Well, Martin's going to just bang all the way down right to the goal line, Vance, just short of the goal line. And I wouldn't be surprised if they give DJ the ball again and give him another effort. But, I just hate for them to forget about that little outside run, especially when they're king on DJ and they get that good play action.
Misdirection doesn't happen. They're waiting for it. Wood gets snagged down in the backfield. What a play.
Look at the penetration, and this is your corner now. So if your corner's coming in like that, that's O'Neal. He's not thinking anything about the pass. Somebody missed an assignment, or he just did a corner blaze, but great play there by O'Neal. And it'll be another 4th down stand for Bullard.
8:57 exactly on the clock. It's a timeout, 35-7. Dire straits now for the Mustangs. 4th and goal from the 5-yard line. They have to get in, onside it, stop them, get in again. It's
onside.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough deal. We don't know where we'll be next week. Lot of good choices. Our senior director, Bernie Johnson, already lamenting that no matter where we are, he'll be outside and the Godfather will be inside the truck. How does Dave Farnes not have to go out at all? He just gets to hang in there every game. Goodness. Here we go, 4th and goal from the 5. It's got to happen. Allen looks, throws back, and it's picked off. And this could be trouble. This could be trouble.
That's a 102-yard return if he stays out.
He gets some blocking.
There he goes, 102 yards. 41 points.
102 yards at least for DeJounte O'Neal. Let's take a quick look at it right away.
First of all, Vance, wrong read. Guys are open over there. Second, you're throwing off your back foot, trying to go to the back of the end zone. Bad pass. Great interception by O'Neal. Stays on the outside. That's what I was saying. Stay the outside.
Look at the big fella.
Good block right there by your linebacker. And then it's just too much speed here for him. That's fun to do that, though, Vance. When you go that distance, that's fun.
You don't think he's tired, that young guy?
Shouldn't be. He shouldn't be. He cruised for about 30 yards.
High snap. It's held down. The PT's up and good. And with 8.5 left right now, it's a daunting task for the Mustangs. They're down by 35. It's 42-7.
See, right here, Vance, he's trying to throw back, jumping back, throwing back to the end zone. You know, you got to have a lot of arm strength. But, I mean, they don't get much easier for interceptions on that than that one right there. And look at the convoy. He has 2 players. Let me get out your way there. Let you go. He picks up a block right there, and nope. Yep, now here I go.
You young players out there, Zach Carter, number 5, just gave you a textbook lesson on staying with the block. He basically ran interference the entire way down the field. So
you didn't notice, you saw none of the linemen get down there. They just meet you over on the sideline when you go 102, Vance.
Good job. See you over there. Well, the faithful Mustangs still here on their feet, cheering their Stockdale guys here for the last 8.5. And it's going to be taken again, and now it's caught at the 25-yard line. And it'll go down at about the 37-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. And now we're going to see Mitchell Jackson come back in at the quarterback position. So Jackson will come back in. And for all intents and purposes, it looks as though...
No, he's just coming in, Vance. He hasn't been in the game. That was
right.
Drew Allen earlier.
Right. So Jackson coming in.
The game.
Roll outside. Makes a nice move and gets a first down.
Now, that's when Rowell is very tough, Vance, is when he's able to get to the outside and use his speed and quickness. Very agile runner. And he's a guy, if he does get to the outside, Vance can go the distance.
Jackson gets him up there quickly. They stay on the ground to DJ Martin. DJ Martin chews up some more yardage. Pretty close to the first down. And we are in a running clock scenario now. So with Bullard up by 35, even with first downs, they're not stopping the clock. So with 7:44 and counting, they're going to put the ball in Woods. And now Woods gets shoved out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. And the official is letting the clock operators know to keep the clock going.
Is,
I think they're so used to stopping it when a guy goes out of bounds. But here's a good look at Wood.
No, and good read of the blocks right there by Wood. And then Wood's going to head up to the sideline. Makes a good move right there. and picks up positive yardage, and there's a throw and no touchdown.
A flag
might be
deep
a pass
in the end zone.
interference.
And looked like a pretty good toss. Don't know what the call will be. Most likely it'll be pass interference on the defense. Never know. Could have been a shove off, but I don't think so. Half the distance, so it'll be first down. Nice protection. Here comes the pass. Okay.
Yeah, he never looked back for the ball and just put his arm in there and knocked the ball away, but they're saying never made a turn to make a play. So ball went back, and let's see what DJ can do if he can get it in for
First
a touchdown.
and goal, and it's a touchdown. So DJ Martin gets in the end zone tonight.
You know, and I think that's a good thing to see, DJ. You know, your senior year, your last game you're going to play, get in and get some points on the board with a good, strong run. A run that really highlights how he's had his career tough. Then he can explode with some speed and then finishes off with some power.
And there's the world-class flag runner.
I saw her doing track warm-up drills earlier, Van, so she thought she's going to get a lot more running tonight, and I did too. I thought we were going to be in a shootout, but it just wasn't meant to be. But, you know, still having pride and still running around, swinging the flag, even though they're down 14, I'm sorry. And there's Kevin Beat, longtime coach here in Kern County, barking out some things to the offense.
He hasn't lost his beanie.
Yeah. No, my beanie was a beautiful, beautiful blue and brown.
Kern County, if anyone out here on the west side by Stockdale locates a UCLA Bruin beanie, please do me a favor. Call Bright House Networks. Ask for production. Tell them you have the great Brian Adams beanie. And I personally will pay you $5.
Well, I'll tell you this. If they do find my beanie, they can contact me on Twitter at BAdams146.
Ooh.
And they will be my personal guest to the next game we do.
Oh, I thought you were going to say personal guest to the next Bruins game. I was like, wow, that's a pretty valuable beanie.
Bright House.
Okay, all right. You were looking at me, and I was about to say, man, B's going to take somebody to a Bruins game for finding his beanie. I will go to the mall tomorrow, buy one of those babies, give it to my buddy, and say, hey, call Adams and tell him you found his beanie.
You know, it's like when your mom, your hamster passes away. They try to bring the same hamster, but you know it's not because you got one little spot different. I know that beanie, Vance.
All right, you'll know, right? Hey, what about your Bruins?
Playing well. Was at that game in Arizona where they just against Arizona.
I texted you.
Yep, when they just took it to Arizona. You know, really probably one of the better games they played all year where everything came into play. You know, now we got to hope there's no letdown when you go to Washington State. Going to be cold, a little bit bitter cold up there. But, you know, Coach Moore, you know, I don't think anybody predicted this kind of turnaround, Vance, at all this season.
Here's a little floater, and it's caught at about the 36-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10. The score's 42-14. 6.5 left here in the football game. If the Bruins beat the Trojans, should Kiffin just go ahead and start packing?
Well, who are you going to bring in? I think they have other issues, Vance. I think people weren't realistic about the sanctions they had on them. And what the issue is not are you going to be able to get top players, but, you know, they were making a living, Vance, getting 3 top players at each position. But now with your scholarship deficit, you can't stockpile like that. So now when your starters get hurt or they leave the school early, you have a void that you haven't had. So I don't know if it's so much Kiffin's issue as it is he's not playing with the same pieces that Carroll played with.
1st and 15. False start by the Knights. And here comes another running back, and a fumble, fumble, fumble. Stockdale gets it. A nice play out there by David Claiborne. Claiborne comes up with the fumble and a rare turnover by the Bullard Fighting Knights.
Just a good run there, Vance, but ball, when it gets hit right on the ball, it pops out, and Stockdale's right here with a chance to score and cut it in half with 5 minutes and 15 seconds.
DJ, he gets brought down about the 44-yard line, and now the clock is running normal now. It's not a running clock situation, so the clock is just running simply because they haven't given them reason to stop it. It's 42-14. It is.
I mean, Vance, that really was a nifty little run. I mean, he was stuck at the line of scrimmage, does a little spin move, and then able to get 5 yards. And here's Wood coming right back.
And Wood, 35-yard line.
You know, and the Bullard defense doesn't seem to have that same enthusiastic eagerness to play, well, they did earlier. And I know sometimes when you're up like this, it's hard to do and stay focused.
DJ Martin plows up the inside track. So we don't know where we'll be next week, but there's some good games that are going to take shape after the scores all get filed in this evening. And be interesting to see where the Bright House production crew takes us. Jackson floats one out. There's a man open. And it's caught out there by McBride.
You know, good throw right there, good catch. And, you know, Stockdale's not quitting. They're still fighting the whole way through. The down 42-14. You know, and again, I like to see maybe DJ touch it in his last few games, see if he can score one more time, you know, to put a cap on his illustrious career. So.
And they're going to give it to Martin, and he goes down about the 5-yard line. Still running hard, of course.
You know, and I like to, just like I said, it's just a sentimental thing. It's not anything in terms of football play and what to do football-wise. Just give him the ball till he scores or the clock runs out or whatever happens. But, you know, hats off to him. He's been a pleasure for us to watch over the last few years, Vance. And
sure has.
You know, the young man's gone through some adversity but stayed strong and has never quit. And I think that's a testament, you know, to his parents and his family. And, you know, great job right there by DJ and his family and Coach Snow and his staff.
I'm glad you said that. I was about to mention Coach Snow and his staff. Chris Anderson, Kevin Bede, Richard Boland, James Chester, Danny Sasso, Josh Sasso, Jim Whitley, and, of course, the trainer Dave Rangel. I tell you what a great job Coach Snow has done this season. Had a tough start and then just bounced back in a big way as we see Jackson averting trouble and floats that one out there at the feet of Martin. No harm, no foul.
Well, I think you're absolutely right, Vance, because they were left dead in the water.
Yep.
And they fought back and, you know, at one point had a chance to win the league. So, you know, what more can you ask in one of the tougher leagues in the section? They say the SWIL and the track are the two toughest. So they were right there with a chance to win it.
Rowell takes a look, cuts upfield, runs hard, gets down to the 5-yard line. And
he's near a first down if he didn't get it, Vance.
I think the world of Coach Snow and his staff, and looking forward to next season and what they'll bring to the table. They have already one of the better runners that'll be up for, you know, that top spot for running backs in Anthony Wood.
Yeah, he had a great season this year. Really came on the scene. And
Jackson on a 4th and 1, and it's in and out of the hands of his intended receiver out there. And that's Carver Tippett. So that's going to wrap it up. And the clock is winding down. So on behalf of our senior director, Bernard Johnson, and his very, very fortunate partner in the truck, Dave Farnes, the Godfather, Zachary Flores, and how about our main man, Mark, with us tonight. Mark, good to see you. Thanks for stepping in and answering the call, buddy. He's up with us. Carlos Anguiano, I haven't forgotten about you, my paisano. Mucho gracias. ¿Dónde están las uvas? No uvas para mí. And my partner, Brian Adams, have a great, great weekend, and we'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of our veterans, all the men and women, for all the days, weeks, months, years, decades that you have fought for our country. God bless you. Thank you. Good night to everybody. Have a great long weekend. Stockdale, congratulations on a strong season. And we will see everybody next week. On behalf of everybody at Bright House Networks, happy Veterans Day weekend. Good night. God bless.